so much, Vicky, for sharing that. That was powerful. And indeed, miracles are among our unsolved mysteries of this world. I really appreciate you sharing that with us. Next up, we have going from cryptid to miracle, back to cryptid again, or some strange and interesting tales of New Jersey with our newest member, John. John, have I ever asked you exactly how you pronounce your name?
No, it's Nieradka.
Nieradka, awesome. Thank you so much. I keep wondering. He'll be talking about the Devil of the Pines. Tonight, John will give his first speech as a new member assimilated into the nerd herd. In his home state, there exists a creature more famous than Sasquatch, at least in New Jersey, that has been seen roaming in and around New Jersey for over 275 years. This creature is none other than the Jersey Devil. Please welcome John Nieradka.
Every culture and region has stories of mysterious beings. Most people have heard of the Loch Ness Monster, leprechauns, and earlier tonight we heard about Sasquatch. New Jersey is home to another infamous being who tonight, fellow Toastmasters, I will tell you about, the Jersey Devil. My tale will speak about the area he lives, his birth, and appearances in popular culture. The New Jersey Pine Barrens is the home of the Jersey Devil for over 275 years, and the area comprises 1.1 million acres, or about 22% of the total land area of New Jersey, spread across 7 southern counties. It was featured in a season 3 episode of The Sopranos, and fans of the show may recognize this scene with Christopher and Paulie freezing after screwing up a hit on a Russian rival. Much of the Pine Barrens is remote and desolate, consisting primarily of pitch pine forests, cedar swamps, savannas, and bogs. The soil is poor and not conducive to farming. It is very sandy, has a high acidic content, and contains few nutrients. Wild berries, varieties of orchids, and uncommon plants such as Venus flytraps are some of the local flora. Industries had popped up over the years around glass making, bog iron processing, and sawmills that harvested the cedar. These days, though, almost all of those industries have ceased to be because cheaper or more plentiful alternatives came up, leaving behind only fading remnants of those once thriving businesses. Before the 1900s, the area was many parts of the area were considered dangerous to travel through because criminals, escaped slaves, and military deserters would hide out there and did whatever they could to protect themselves from being captured. The story. In the early 1700s, a man named Edward Leeds lived on the fringe of the Pine Barrens in the town of Galloway, and that section of town is now called Leeds Point. He married a woman named Deborah Smith, who recently emigrated in from England. Over the years, Deborah had given birth to 12 children. They were not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, and Edward was said to be a drunkard who made little effort to provide for his wife and children. Then in 1735, Deborah found out she was pregnant again with her 13th child. In utter exasperation over this condition, she threw her hands to the heavens and said, "Let this one be the devil." The curse was all but forgotten as the months progressed. On the night of an uncommon raging storm, Deborah went into labor. Edward took the children, went off to another room, and huddled together, protected from the storm. Meanwhile, midwives gathered around Deborah to help her through a long, difficult, and painful labor. All accounts from those present said that the birth was normal and resulted in a normal baby boy. However, shortly after birthing, the baby began to metamorphosize before the witnesses' bewildered eyes into a beast that nothing has ever been seen like it on earth. The infant grew at an alarming rate, Horns sprouted from its head, talon-like claws ripped through its fingers, hair and feathers started covering its body, and large, leathery, bat-like wings sprouted from its back. The eyes began glowing a bright red and just kept growing across its snarling face. The creature then attacked those present, clawing, biting, and maiming them while flying around, issuing unearthly shrieks. It broke down the door to the other room and attacked Edward and the other children. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity to those present, the creature ran off to the chimney, flying up and out and making its escape into the darkness and desolation of the nearby pine barrens. Since then, there have been numerous sightings where the typical description is a horned creature with a kangaroo-like body, a horse-like face, hooked feet, claws, and large bat-like wings. Reports of livestock killings accompanied by strange tracks that just ended and unearthly screams have been attributed to the Jersey Devil. These reports came from farmers, merchants, soldiers on maneuvers at Fort Dix, hikers, and other groups that visited the Pine Barrens or throughout neighboring areas of the Delaware Valley. Some of the more noteworthy reports, though, included one in 1819. Commodore Stephen Decatur, at the behest of President James Monroe, visited a local iron mill to check on the quality of cannonballs when they saw a flying creature matching the Jersey Devil's description. They fired a cannon at it, hitting it, but it had no effect. This was witnessed by another gentleman named Dr. James Killian, a famous paranormalist of the time, and the two spent a few months trying to track down the creature. The following year, Joseph Bonaparte, the eldest brother of Napoleon, who lived in New Jersey, reported a similar account on his property. He too fired at the creature, but with no effect. The most spectacular of these reported sightings, though, occurred in January 1909. Over the course of a week, thousands of people from all around South New Jersey and southeastern Pennsylvania reported sightings of the strange creature. Posses were formed to try to hunt the creature and capture it, but the bloodhounds refused to follow any trails. The creature was said to have attacked a trolley car one day in the town of Haddon Heights, but was chased off and resulted in the hiring of armed guards to protect the trolley from further attacks. Reports flooded in from all around the area, including the larger cities of Camden and Philadelphia. Newspapers carried stories on the sightings, and rewards were offered for the capture of the creature. The hysteria at the time led to schools being closed and mills shut down when people refused to leave their homes, fearing for their safety. Sightings continue to this day, but there has never been another week such as that in 1909. The Jersey Devil lives on definitely in popular culture, though. In 1979, the Wall Street Journal actually published an article stating that the Jersey Devil was appointed New Jersey's official state demon in 1939. After some research by the New Jersey State Library, though, they debunked this story, and they now consider it to be an urban legend. But that doesn't mean that New Jersey doesn't embrace the Jersey Devil. In fact, during COVID, on their Twitter page, they put up this picture using the Jersey Devil for their Mask Up New Jersey campaign. He's also been popular in a number of primetime TV shows and cartoons. The X-Files devoted an episode to him, as did Supernatural. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, Extreme Ghostbusters, all had stories on the Jersey Devil. And of course, investigative and documentary series like from History Channel, A&E, Animal Planet, all had stories. There's actually stories right now on Amazon Prime and Apple TV about the Jersey Devil. In 2014, after A&E aired an episode of Chasing Bigfoot, where there were supposedly sightings of Bigfoot in South Jersey, a local radio station put together a little promo for an upcoming film starring Joe Pesci and Christopher Walken called Sasquatch versus the Jersey Devil. In the end, this proved to be nothing but an April Fool's joke. But the video, if you listen to the audio, it's actually hilarious. Music also was spawned by the belief in the Jersey Devil. Our own New Jersey's own Bruce Springsteen, on Halloween 2008, put out a song called "The Night with the Jersey Devil" on his website for his fans. Professional sports. When the Colorado Rockies relocated to New Jersey, what else would they pick but the New Jersey Devils? And the newest thing, Six Flags Great Adventure, just this past month, opened a new roller coaster called the Jersey Devil, and it's billed as the tallest, fastest, and longest single rail coaster in the world. Different military units also use Jersey Devil as their nickname. Different branches of the New Jersey National Guard and also from the Air Force, which are located at the bases right here in New Jersey. The Jersey Devil is part of our local folklore, and many believe him to be real. In college, I had friends from the Galloway area, and even just bringing up the Jersey Devil was enough to get them to get up and leave the room, even if it was in the middle of a party. Others believe that the Jersey Devil is just folklore. If you're one of these people, though, I invite you to determine for yourself. Come on out for a visit into the heart of the Pine Barrens. Spend the night as a ghostly mist drips across the moonlit cedar swamps, and listen to the unearthly shrieks of an unseen creature as it pierces the stillness of the dark forest. You may just change your mind and believe that you have, in fact, had an encounter with the Jersey Devil. Mr. Toastmaster.
Game over.